So I'm just showing you what all comes in the box because I've gone ahead and unboxed it because this machine is a very hefty machine, and so it's made of, a lot of the materials are metal in it, so it is quite heavier. So I didn't want to do the unboxing on camera, so I'm just showing you what came in the box. And you do receive the plastic covers if you want to use those on your journal. I'm not sure if it's 50 or 100. You'll have to look on the listing for that. And then you also get 100 spiral coil bindings, and these are the 5/16 inch size. But according to the machine, I haven't tried it, you can use up to 2-inch coil bindings on those, the spiral coil bindings. So I want to get started showing you a little bit about the machine. So first off, this comes with your machine, and it says to punch this paper 6 times. Now you can see I am really having to push to punch it because this is not just paper, it's like a cardboard. But the reason you want to punch this up to 6 times before you use your machine is so that you make sure you get all the oil, you know, off of these the little punchers, the little prongs. So I want to show you a little bit about this machine. So on the side here, there's a little pull out peg here that you can adjust your margins to 3, 5, and 7 millimeters. And so I want to show you how that works. So when you punch them, you just pull out on the side there to change the margin to the size that you want. And so I've just cut out 3 little pieces of paper just to give you an example of how this looks and what that means by the margins. So here are the 3 pieces. So the larger one is 7, the smaller one is 5, that's in the center there, and then you have your 3. So it's just how close the holes are to the edge of your paper. Now for today's project, we're going to use the 3 millimeter, but I'm sure that depending on what you're creating and what size coils you are using, you may want to change it up. But for me, I'm using a smaller book today and the smaller coil. These 2 holes are too close to the end. I'm afraid it will tear my pages as I'm making my journal. So I've decided to pull peg number 1 out. And then you can see here I need to pull peg number 24 so it doesn't punch that. So this machine, you can pull these pegs out and they will not punch those that you pull out. So I'm counting here because I have a little bit of a perception issue. If you're fine going up and down with it, you wouldn't have to count, but I did. And then I tested again to just see if it's how I like it. Now I did not put my paper in, so it was a little crooked, but I could see that the holes were perfect. So you have 46 pegs on there, so you can pull any of those out when you're punching. Now this is the cover and the plastic cover and a piece of cardstock that's going to be behind it. This machine also states that you can punch 20 sheets at one time, but I'm so new to this machine. This is my first project with it, so I've decided that I'm not going to punch all my pages at one time or even 20 sheets at one time. I'm just going to do a few at a time just in case I mess up because I'm still learning, you know, how to slide my paper in to feel where it's supposed to stop. And that's really true with any machine that you learn. That was another user error, so be sure you have those pegs pushed all the way in or pulled all the way out when you go to punch. Well, it was that easy punching all of our pages, so now we have our journal together. So we're just going to add the coil binding. So first you want to just add your spirals in and about 4 to 5 holes, or maybe even, the book may even tell you 5 to 6. I can't remember. I tried to do at least 5 holes. And so you can see that I'm just, you know, spiraling those into 5. Now you could just continue to do that, but this machine has an automatic little roller on it that you plug into the wall, and it will go ahead and add those spirals for you. So you want to just gently lay up against it, and you can see all of those coils go in. This would be great if you have an Etsy shop and you're making journals or you're making planners or anything. That's really cool. And if you mess up, you can always just turn it around the other way so that when you cut it right here, that it doesn't go back in through the holes. So when you clip it with these pliers, what I found was just hold it for a second and it will clip the coil, but then it also adds the bend to the coil for you so that it's not going to come out. So now I'm just going to clip this one as well, and you just go over to the other side. And if you notice, what I found was to be sure that that red dot on your pliers is pointing upwards towards you, and just take your time clipping it, and there you have your coil binding, and it's not going to come loose at all. And so here is our little journal. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I can't wait to start decorating it and seeing what all I can do with it.